The sun had barely begun its descent when the downtown LA streets buzzed with life. Amid the glitz of neon signs and polished storefronts, a candy apple red Mustang shimmered like a gem parked outside a high-end Italian restaurant. Inside the restaurant, Ethan Cole, billionaire tech mogul, widely admired for his revolutionary work in clean energy, tapped away on his phone, sipping an espresso as if time bent to his schedule. Ethan was a man of ambition, charm, and wealth. At just 38, he'd built a multi-billion-dollar empire from his garage. But despite the accolades, headlines, and Forbes covers, Ethan had grown cold, distant from his family, blind to the struggles around him, and buried in business meetings and merger calls. He left the restaurant with a firm, confident stride, phone pressed to his ear, issuing commands to his assistant. The valet rushed to bring him his car. As Ethan moved to open the Mustang's door, a small, shaky voice cut through the air. "Don't get in your Mustang. Please, mister. Don't." Startled, Ethan turned. A little girl, maybe 7 or 8, stood on the sidewalk. Her tangled brown hair framed a pale, dirt-smudged face. She wore a too-big hoodie and torn jeans. Her eyes, wide, desperate, were locked on him. "Excuse me," Ethan said, confused and slightly annoyed. She stepped forward, hands raised as if begging. "Please don't get in. Something's going to happen. You can't drive it today." People nearby slowed, watching the strange scene unfold. Ethan gave a dismissive chuckle. "Look, sweetheart, I don't know what this is about, but I'm in a hurry." The girl looked ready to cry. "Please. Just, listen. I saw it. There's a man. He put something under your car. It's dangerous. You'll get hurt." Ethan's irritation faded, replaced by a prickle of unease. "You saw something?" She nodded frantically. "Yes. I was sleeping behind the trash bins, and I saw him. He had a backpack and tools. He crawled under your car. Please don't go." The valet, now holding the car keys, looked equally alarmed. Ethan exchanged glances with him. "Get security. And call the police," Ethan said. The crowd grew as officers arrived, cordoning off the area. A bomb squad was summoned. What they discovered left everyone speechless, a timed explosive device fixed underneath the Mustang. Ethan stared at the girl, the gravity of the moment crashing into him like a tidal wave. He'd been seconds from death. "Where are your parents?" he asked softly. "I don't know," she whispered. "I haven't seen my mom since last winter. My dad left even before that." Ethan knelt beside her, heart pounding in his chest. This child, living on the streets, abandoned and invisible to the world, had just saved his life. The police couldn't track the suspect. No fingerprints, no cameras, nothing. They assumed it was a targeted assassination attempt, perhaps business-related. But for Ethan, only one thing mattered now: the little girl. He took her to a diner nearby and ordered her food. She devoured it, cheeks puffed like a squirrel, smiling shyly. "What's your name?" he asked. "Lila." "That's a beautiful name." "I'm Ethan." "I know," she said. "You're on the news a lot." He laughed, genuinely, for the first time in months. Something in Lila's innocence, her resilience, touched a buried part of his soul. Ethan didn't go home that night. Instead, he stayed with Lila at a children's shelter, watching as she slept peacefully for the first time in weeks. The next day, he hired a private investigator to find her mother. He also called his legal team to begin guardianship procedures. Weeks turned into months. The news ran the story: homeless girl saves billionaire from assassination attempt. But Ethan refused all interviews. He wasn't interested in fame anymore. He was interested in change. He established a new foundation in Lila's name, the Lila Project, focused on supporting and rehabilitating homeless children. He began walking the streets every Sunday, talking to people he used to walk past. He reconnected with his estranged parents. He forgave his brother, with whom he hadn't spoken in years over a business feud. Lila blossomed under his care. She went to school, learned piano, and filled Ethan's penthouse with laughter. One night, while reading her a bedtime story, she asked, "Why did you listen to me that day?" Ethan paused. "I don't know. Maybe I heard something in your voice, something real. Something I hadn't heard in a long time." Years later, at a charity gala for the Lila Project, an older Lila took the stage. Poised, radiant, and 17 now, she shared the story of how her life changed, and how she changed someone else's. "Mr. Cole wasn't just saved from a car that day," she said. "He was saved from himself. And in saving me, he found his heart again." The room stood in thunderous applause, not for the billionaire or the miracle, but for the simple truth. One act of courage, one voice, no matter how small, can change a life, or even save it. As the night ended, Ethan stood quietly outside the venue, looking at the stars. Beside him, Lila took his hand. "Thank you," she said. He smiled, eyes misty. "No, kiddo. Thank you. Sometimes, angels don't have wings, they have dirt-smudged faces, oversized hoodies, and hearts brave enough to speak up." In a world moving too fast, humanity is found in the still moments, the quiet warnings, and the lives we choose to lift up.